You can't walk two paths and expect to arrive somewhere whole, because sooner or later, the current will pull you under, and indecision will be the stone tied to your feet. Those who have one foot in the canoe and one foot in the boat are going to fall into the river. That's not just a proverb. That's prophecy, and many of us are already drowning. Not in water, but in our own hesitation, in the fear of choosing, in the addiction to staying halfway, half committed, half alive, half responsible for the lives we say we want. But listen, the river doesn't care what you intended. It only respects what you chose, because life is always moving. And if you keep trying to balance on opposing truths, you'll become a ghost to both. You weren't born to wobble between who you used to be and who you could become. You were born to step fully into something, with presence, with purpose, with fire. But first, you've got to make a decision. The river doesn't wait for the fearful. It will carry you downstream while you try to find the perfect moment. It will wash away your dreams if you keep whispering, "I'm not ready." Because readiness is not a feeling, it's a choice. You don't become ready and then begin. You begin, and that makes you ready. But if your mind is split, if one part of you wants greatness and the other clings to comfort, you will sabotage both. Like walking east and west at the same time and wondering why you're still in the same place. You cannot be powerful and passive at the same time. Belief is not a soft thing. Belief is the sword you carry into battle when doubt stands in your path. If you want a different life, you need to stop waiting for permission. You need to decide, because there is no future version of you who magically wakes up without fear. There is only this version, and whether or not they choose to act despite it. Let me ask you something. If you don't know where you're going, how will you know what to leave behind? That's what vision is. Not some dreamy picture pasted on a wall, but the ability to say no to the things that almost align, so you can say yes to the one thing that truly does. Without vision, you confuse movement with progress. You run in circles and call it growth. You drown in options and think it's opportunity. But the eagle does not chase every gust of wind. It waits for the one that will lift it higher. So stop scattering your energy in every direction. Pick your North Star. Name it. Own it. Protect it. Because the world will hand you 1,000 distractions dressed up as purpose. And if your vision isn't clear, you will fall for all of them. This life will only sharpen you if you walk it with intention. There is a reason why warriors rose before the sun, why their routines were sacred, why their footsteps were silent, but their spirits loud. They understood something modern minds often forget. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom. It is freedom. Structure isn't a cage, it's a bowstring. And without tension, there is no flight. Purpose is not just passion. Purpose is the agreement between your soul and your struggle. It says, "I know this path is hard, but I was made for it." You think the earth remembers the ones who chased comfort? No, the ones we remember, the ones who changed something, are those who chose consistency when no one was clapping, who walked into the fire again and again without applause. Because your legacy isn't built in lightning strikes. It's forged in repetition, day after day, sacred hour after sacred hour. You want the rewards? Then match it with rhythm. Let your daily habits echo the future you say you want. So here it is, the moment where most people lose themselves. They have the vision. They know the purpose. They've felt the fire, but they refuse to move. Why? Because action demands risk, and risk exposes weakness. And exposure, that terrifies the ego. But what if I told you that the bridge between your current life and the one you dream about is not luck, is not talent, but simple, unshakable courage? the courage to try while still afraid, to speak when your voice trembles, to walk forward when your knees are shaking. Most people wait for confidence, but confidence is built by doing the thing while you're still unsure. The wolf doesn't wait for certainty before it hunts. It trusts its nature. It moves, and if you keep waiting for the stars to align, you'll miss the entire sky. Action doesn't just change your circumstances, it rebuilds your character. Every time you follow through, you cast a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. So stop flirting with progress. Commit to it. Burn the backup plans. Sink into the fire. Become something too strong to split. But don't get it twisted. The river will test you. Storms will come. Plans will collapse. People you trusted may fall away like leaves in autumn. And in those moments, when the ground shakes and the current rises, you'll be tempted to straddle the canoe and the boat again, to fall back into indecision, to reach for what's familiar. But remember this: resilience isn't about having it all figured out. It's about refusing to give up, even when nothing makes sense. The trees that survive the winds are the ones that know how to bend. Your power is not in rigidity. It's in your ability to stay rooted and still move, to evolve without losing your essence, to suffer without becoming bitter, to break and still rise whole, because pain will shape you, but you get to decide what it makes you. So when the storms come, not if, when, let them find you anchored, not in fear, not in old habits, but in the unshakable truth that you chose this path on purpose. And what you choose with purpose, you endure with strength, because you're not here to be comfortable. You're here to become capable of standing in chaos and still walking with grace, capable of losing, learning, and rising better, capable of leading your own life, not just reacting to the noise around it. Let them call it stubborn. Let them call it unrealistic. You're not here to be understood. You're here to be undeniable. But understand this: true power does not roar. It listens. The strongest minds are not the loudest in the room. They are the ones who remain teachable even when they've won. Because pride is the mask of the insecure. But humility, that's the crown of the wise. A warrior who cannot learn will die with their blade still sharp. You want to grow? Then sit in rooms where you're not the smartest. Ask better questions. Let go of needing to know everything, and start becoming something. The earth is ancient. Its wisdom predates your fears, and every moment is offering you a lesson, but you must be quiet enough to hear it. So drop the ego. Let the river teach you. Let the path correct you. Let failure forge you. Every scar is a page, every mistake a map. There's no wasted chapter if you read it with reflection. Now pause, look around, breathe deep, because in your chase for more, don't lose sight of what already is. Gratitude isn't passive. It's a weapon against despair. It turns scarcity into abundance. It turns pressure into peace. You want wealth? Start by counting what can't be bought. The air in your lungs, the fire in your spirit, the people who still believe in you when you stop believing in yourself. Those are riches that survive even when everything else falls apart. So stop waiting until the goal is reached to feel whole. Feel it now, because fulfillment doesn't come after the mountain. It lives in every step toward it. Now let's return to that river, that place where so many fall, not because they weren't strong, but because they wouldn't choose, because they kept one foot in comfort and one foot in calling, one foot in the past and one foot in the possible. But here's the truth. You can't serve two truths and live one life. You can't be in motion and stand still. Eventually, something will snap, And it's better that you jump fully into one vessel than get split in half by the tension of hesitation. Stop living in halves. Stop dimming your light just to fit in shadows. Stop saying almost to a life that was meant to be all in. Pick a direction, not because it's perfect, but because it's yours. Let your yes be loud. Let your no be clear. Let your path be walked with both feet, both hands, and a heart that doesn't flinch. Because the river won't wait. It's moving with or without you. So ask yourself, what will you lose by staying divided? And what might you gain if you finally committed? You are not here to balance between two destinies. You are here to choose one and become it. So burn the boat that kept you safe. Step out of the canoe of what if and walk barefoot into the unknown if you must. But walk fully, fiercely, finally, because the cost of indecision is your life unlived. And the world does not need another almost. It needs you, clear, whole, unshaken. So choose now, because if you don't, the river will.